does is he talks in circles. Yes, he do. He loves to talk in circles, and he tried to confuse people by doing that. See, I peeped what you was doing. That's why I would never go on your show. I'm not afraid of you. I know I can out-talk you, but I know what you're going to do. Just like what you did with Tough Love, just like what you did with the other young man that called, or whatever the case may be. So it's okay for you to keep saying a man's name in your title. I don't care who talked about who first. By your logic, you say you should say what you got to say and be done with it, like you did with Dwayne Wade, right? So why you ain't been done with it with Tommy, Gilbert Arenas, Stephen A. Smith? You still talk about these guys. You making an issue out of Kendrick Perkins roasting him for what? What did he really say? Let's just keep it real. You calling him fat back and all this other shit. But guess what, Kwame Brown? Kendrick Perkins on television having fun. Mr. Fatback is having fun on television. Big Perk is doing shit around real colleagues and real celebrities. You got Mr. Skinny on your hip. Let that sink in, motherfucker. So you can say what you want about him, nigga. But at the end of the day, what are you doing? See, Tough Love, I didn't watch the rest of the interview. Maybe you brought that up. Like, what kind of hell of a nigga, as you like to call yourself, punches through car windows to get at women? What kind of hell of a nigga would surround himself around a bunch of fucking drunks, ex-drug addicts, and
salute
jailbirds? What kind of hell of a nigga does that? A hell of a nigga ain't gonna hang with these type of people. They gonna be beneath him. Why would I hang with Why would I hang with a crackhead? Why would I hang with a dude that did 11 years for robbing a crackhead? People I never even knew though. I can see if you grew up with these people and they made some mistakes and you still riding with them. Cool. But you met them off of YouTube, dude. Are you kidding me? YouTube. So I listened to this interview, and I'm like, I knew how I was going to go. Kwame Brown, let me tell y'all something, man. You can't shame me or nobody for using you. Yeah, everybody, when Mr. Skinny been using you, it's okay. When 504, the drunk of the South, been using you, it's okay. When Kwame Jim's been using you, when Self Talk been using you, when Carcino been using you, when all these other people using you because they're slurping you up, they're taking the teeth out like Mr. Skinny do. Let them go. When they let them go on you, it's okay. But when people are calling out your hypocritical behavior, no one's jealous of you. Let me make that very clear. It's always gonna be people out here that's gonna make more money. That's just how it goes. I stay in my lane. I could care less how much money you made in the NBA. I don't give a fuck if you made $1 billion in the NBA. You on YouTube talking to us. You on YouTube hanging with Mr. Skinny because you such a hell of a nigga.
outside,
you such a hell of a nigga, and you bragging about buying your mama a house. Well, I bought my daughter's cars before, and I was never in the NBA. But guess what? You bought your mama a house. That's what you're supposed to do, nigga. You had a contract making millions of dollars.
Salute.
But you let the house go on foreclosure. What kind of hell of a nigga shit is that? You such a hell of a nigga, but you let Merrill Lynch take $17.4 million from you. But you a hell of a nigga. But you try to put that off over people that never seen millions of dollars. So they impressed by that. So they don't use critical thinking skills. They just go off the fact that you made a lot of money in the NBA. But a lot of people that have critical thinking skills, they know what it is with you. You can't stunt on the people in the NBA, but you can stunt on regular, hard-working,
I hear you,
average
Rodney.
people.
I hear you.
Fuck out of here with that.
I hear you, Rodney.
You fake.
We're gonna get
and
into
don't let him make y'all. He's trying to. What it is he can't take constructive criticism. That's what it is. That's why he's mad at Tough Love and mad at other people because they calling out his hypocritical behavior. He can't take constructive criticism, and this is the reason why he didn't succeed in the NBA. He don't work hard at nothing. He want everybody just to kiss his ass. That's all he wants. And Mr. Skinny is hanging from them balls like Tarzan, swinging. Oh.
Okay. Fair use. Let me get into this. I got an opportunity to check out a couple videos this morning, going into kind of starting early this morning, going into like a few minutes ago or whatever. So salute to everybody that's giving feedback. Let me get that out the way. Let me set this right so we can get into this conversation real quick. Hold on for a minute, Prophet. Okay. Salute to everybody that's giving feedback, whether it's good feedback or bad feedback or whatever. I wanted to kind of break something down for you guys because I think that we're under this impression of something that really didn't it wasn't designed to be. Okay. Me having a conversation with Kwame Brown was not a debate. It was not a debate. Kwame Brown had said that he wanted to ask me some questions because I asked him some questions on Miss 504's platform. So me going to his platform was for him to ask me questions. Period. It wasn't a debate. It wasn't a winner or a loser. And it's like people are trying to make it a winner or loser. Questions that was asked to me, I return an answer. Is that simple, or whatever case may be. You know what I'm saying? To me, I wasn't there to ha ha he and joke around. I was just there to answer whatever questions he had or whatever case may be. Because I felt two things. Felt two things, right? One, I felt that since he mentioned you asked me some questions, so I should have the right to ask you some questions. So I figured, you know what? Let me give him the opportunity to ask me some questions. And two, I did it for my subscribers. Because you guys should not have to hear, well, Kwame Brown is saying that you ran from him. Okay? Because to me, it's not about fear. We're talking through the internet. You see what I'm saying? All right. Bro, you was talking Carcino, babe. I don't even know. Just stay with me. Just stay with me. I get to the video. I get to the what's the name? So so yeah, it wasn't a debate. It was a conversation. He was asking me some questions. I answered the questions or whatever case may be. These are the things that happen based on me re-looking at the actual conversation, because it wasn't an interview. He wasn't interviewing me. He was asking me some questions. I don't know if it was off the top of his head or whatever, but this is what happened. Okay, so I go on the live that's, I guess, had started before I got there, like an hour before I got there, or whatever case may be. So I was told that he was live and he wanted me to pull up or whatever case may be. He said that he came to my chat and put it in the chat or whatever. You know, my moderators or me didn't see it, so I'm like, okay, whatever. So I get there. Immediately, once the conversation started or whatever case be, he started to get super chats in. And he started to read the super chats. So now I'm answering questions to the super chat. So I'm like, okay, all right. So, I mean, obviously we reading the super chats. Okay, cool, or whatever. So these super chats, people are really literally donating $1.99 just to say some outrageous, outlandish stuff or whatever. But if me and Kwame Brown is having a conversation, to me personally, I would have set the tone in regards to saying, well, if this conversation is about people being distractions or deterrents or someone impeding on what it is that I'm trying to do on my platform, me personally, I'm not going to have any distractions or any naysayers. I'm gonna have the conversation with that man. Now, I don't know if you guys are no, but when you have your laptop and you put super chats on the screen, the super chat is huge. So there's no way in hell that you're going to be ignoring the super chat. You're going to read the super chat. And the thing about it is, if you guys go back to the beginning of the conversation, we both were reading the super chats. We both was reading the super chats or whatever. So to me, I felt like if we're gonna have a conversation, then let's have a conversation. Let's not involve or include anybody else. There are some people that I know that ride for Kwame Brown extremely hard. You know what I'm saying? Some people would say kind of fanatic, or whatever case may be. But it's like they're doing these, sending these super chats to say whatever it is, soft love, tender love, and all this. And my thought process is, to me, that takes away from the conversation. It takes away from the dialogue. If you're gonna ask me questions, then you ask me questions, and let's have this back and forth or whatever case may be. So that was the first thing. Did I feel like there was some undertones of sneak dissing? Yeah, I did feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely felt like that. There's something I wanted to correct too. Kwame mentioned something about, I said something about him being drunk or whatever, and I actually saw, I guess some guy, he edited a video or whatever he did or whatever case may be. The video that he edited had nothing to do with the interview, and that was me basically giving a monologue of a situation. And I was like, what type of crazy logic is this? What type of banana logic is this? Shit, it must be some damn drunk logic. Like, you know, just throwing it out there to try to say that, you know what I'm saying, your mind is kind of crazy or whatever and loopy or whatever. So it wasn't to poke fun. And I saw the clip and I saw where you put it at. And I'm kind of like, okay, I get it. But I mean, it wasn't meant to be like that. But I get it. When you're under a microscope for so long, you feel like everything is like this dagger in the heart or whatever case may be. And again, you know what I'm saying, hopefully that came across. If it didn't, then it didn't come across. I understood what I was up against going on his platform. And what he did was give a disclaimer at the top of it saying, well, I'm not going to mute you. I'm not going to drop you off the screen. I'm not going to overtalk you. I'm not going to. And this is my thought process. And this is to Kwame Brown as well. Because I sat back and I watched the conversation. Again, it wasn't an interview and it wasn't a debate. It wasn't an interview and it wasn't a debate. Okay. I sat there and I watched Kwame Brown. He'll ask me a question. I'll go to answer the question. Right. And then what he'll do is say, no. And then he'll run on to something else. So my thought process was, what I want to do is I want to showcase being respectful. I want to showcase being able to have a conversation, because it's no good for me to go on his platform and act a fool or whatever case may be. And some people was like, man, you should have did this and you should have did that. And my thought process, I should have did me. I should have did what I stand for. Now we going to mano a mano. Let's have this conversation. I don't need no super chats on the screen. I don't need to sneak diss you. I don't need to do none of that, because my thought process is, now we're face to face. Let's have this conversation. It's not about nobody being more man than another man. It's not about somebody being smarter than somebody else. Now let's have this conversation. And I felt like he was like bringing up a lot of other YouTubers that, to me, they not here. The conversation to me is not about them. It's about you and I. It's about why I am giving you constructive criticism. And I said point blank, I said, I'm giving you constructive criticism because I felt that you were inconsistent with the trading and coding. Again, I also said that you don't have to do it every day. You don't have to do it every week, but I would think that that would be something that you would get back around to. What Kwame says, hey, I'm putting in work. I don't always post the work, et cetera, et cetera. So what I did was, you know, I respectfully reminded him that there are other people putting in work like myself. I just don't take my camera around and show it, because the things that I'm doing, to me, I don't think those people will appreciate, you know. So whether it's young, first of all, you got to ask permission to put kids on camera. Their parents, you got to ask permission from their parents to put them on camera. So I'm not going to be like, hey, y'all, look, I'm at the Big Brothers center helping kids. Like, to me, I don't think that that's necessary. I don't think that that's necessary. And that there are some things that you can do where you can showcase, you know, putting in some type of work. But everybody's community service, if you want to call it that, is different. And I think we both discussed, okay, well, depending on what status and what level of reach that you have, you're going to be doing different things. So salute to everybody out there that's putting in some type of work, helping their community. I'm not expecting you to fly state to state to state to state, especially if you ain't got it like that. Some people ain't got $500 to their name. So I'm not expecting you to do this glorious thing for social media. You know what I'm saying? I expect the people that can do it to do it. So I think we kind of met at a level of understanding. This is what I wanted to say. This is what I wanted to say to people doing videos. Like, I had a couple gentlemen that, to me, saw the conversation or the dialogue. To me, they called it down the middle. To me, it was like, okay, hey, you got a point, he got a point. You got a point, he got a point. It wasn't ToughLove annihilated Kwame Brown, or Kwame Brown annihilated ToughLove. And I noticed that most of the people that are not, I guess they're not Kwame Brown followers, were able to say he had a point, he had a point, he had a point. But the people that are straight fans of Kwame Brown, all of them, for some reason, ToughLove had no points. ToughLove got annihilated. Tender love is this, soft love is that. And I'm just like, bro, when did the English language, like, when did we escape the English language? Like, common sense. If we sat there for over an hour and have a conversation, you're telling me as a grown man or a grown woman, you got nothing out of it. You got nothing out the conversation. Nothing I said made sense. And to me, that kind of shows, you know what I'm saying, some type of fanatic behavior. You know what I'm saying? I had a grown man said, man, I got secondhand embarrassment. You got secondhand embarrassment from two men having a conversation. That's like meeting a dude at the bus stop talking about sports. We didn't lay out statistics. We didn't ask about trigonometry. It wasn't anything difficult. It was your perspective and your opinion or whatever case may be. I'm gonna get to the comments in the middle. I just wanted to kind of say these things because I'm like, what conversation was you looking at? Because I didn't get no notes ahead of time, and these are going to be the questions or whatever case to be. You know, nobody said, hey, this is going to be a debate. I didn't take it as a debate. I took it as, okay, he's going to ask me some questions, cool. But I felt like not only am I having a conversation with you, I'm also having a conversation with the people that you say are sending super chats that we're going to display. Now, my thought process is, cool, you're getting your super chats, great. Me, all right, I would have said, okay, I'm going to read these super chats later. This is about me having a conversation with him. This is not about anybody who wants to impress me or anybody that want to see their name on the screen sending $1.99 super chats saying disrespectful comments. To me, that's a distraction. If we're in a conversation and somebody's throwing pebbles and rocks at you and you got to be like, what the hell? What the hell? Then you're really not in the conversation. You're really not in the conversation. So I just feel like if you're going to, and this is just for future people that have conversations, whether it's with Kwame Brown, with myself or whatever, me personally, it sent the notation to me that, okay, cool. I may have to adjust when I'm having conversations with people, whatever, in reference to the super chats and how they're displayed, especially if they're disrespectful or they're off of the topic or whatever case may be. Imagine having a conversation with someone and the super chat is calling the person that you're talking to names. To me, that's not balance. To me, there's nothing fair about that. Salute, salute, salute. To me, that's nothing fair about that. You see what I'm saying? And then you set the tone and the narrative. Okay, is this how it's going to be when you come on this particular platform? So kudos to not muting my microphone. I felt like the some of the questions they kind of was like kind of in circles, you know what I'm saying, in reference to knowing Gilbert Arenas, not knowing the Gilbert Arenas. But I really didn't want to get into that. I think I seen a couple videos that really kind of outlined some great things or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know what people was really expecting. I don't know if they was expecting me to go in there and curse Kwame Brown out. I don't know. But in reference to having a conversation, if you want the conversation to continue, you know that you have to bring a certain level of rapport to the conversation, a certain level of respect to the conversation. So again, it wasn't about me disrespecting that. And to be honest with you, I think it's been a couple months since I said anything about having a conversation with Kwame Brown. So the fact that he said, hey, now let's talk, pull up, I'm saying, okay, I got time, let me go ahead and pull up. So I pulled up. He said, hey, I salute you for pulling up, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let me explain something to you guys about the ToughLove platform real quick. I'm gonna get to these questions in a minute. We are not here to bash people. We don't annihilate people in the chat. I haven't done too many interviews lately or had too many like one-on-one conversations, but I believe that this platform is listening to comprehend versus listening to reply. You see what I'm saying? If you're hanging off of every word, or before I say finish the sentence or whatever case be, you're already saying, oh nah, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't, like, to me, there's a conversation going on from me to you guys, and there's also a conversation going on in the comments. And if the comments is full of distraction, that means you're not focusing on what's being actually said. You're focusing on what you want to hear. You see what I'm saying? Now, the people that support Kwame Brown, those are the people that, hell, there's some people in here right now that support Kwame Brown, right? And that's your opinion, Peter. However, my thought process is the energy for the conversation, to me, it was, okay, ask me some questions. What's up? What's up? If you just follow let me tell you something, man. A lot of you guys are in this situation where you feel like, let me just say anything to somebody that don't agree with Kwame Brown to 100%. Like, let me just say anything. It makes me feel good. It puts the spotlight or the shine on me. Well, here's my thought process, right? And again, Kwame Brown, if you're listening or whatever case to be, these type of people don't do your platform any good. If they go to other people's chat and they're saying like this crazy stuff or whatever case may be and doing disrespectful stuff, if you say that you're not about disrespecting, you don't want other people disrespecting on your behalf, then to me, that's something that should be said. Because you have people acting on your behalf as if they're protecting you, and the thought process is like you kept saying, a man and what a man does, and a man and a man, and I'm like, okay, well, is this what men and women do? It wasn't a debate. It wasn't a debate. We didn't say Ukraine, and we didn't start talking about why Putin did this and why America did this, et cetera, et cetera. So it wasn't a debate. It was, what is your opinion and why is your perspective like that? That was a conversation. You can't lose telling your opinion and your perspective. How can you lose? No one knows your opinion and your perspective better than you. So it was a no-brainer. But I think the fact of the matter is, you guys don't understand. It's like, well, if you're going to stack the deck was already stacked. The deck was already stacked. That means if I was bashing Kwame Brown for months, right, disrespecting him, calling him this name and that name or whatever case may be, and then brought Kwame Brown onto my platform, I've already set the tone for the chat. I've already set the tone for the chat. So while we're having a conversation, I am now putting these super chats up, where those super chats are now, like, you're literally getting donations for people to call the person that you're talking to names. Just think about it. Debates don't have to be political. Yeah, but it wasn't a debate. I think that the fact of the matter is, I think people let me tell you why I feel like what I did was necessary. All right. And I agree with that statement or whatever. Some people, it's like once salute. I don't have to prove anything. It's nothing to prove. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to win Kwame Brown's favor. The same way I said I agree is the same way I said I disagree. Me disagreeing now had to promote this whole nother narrative. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's crazy as hell. To me, that's crazy as hell. You're not going to agree with somebody all the time. If somebody is always agreeing with you, they are not your friend. They are not your friend. If you have people in your comment section that is always agreeing with you, that the second that you say that, well, I have an issue with that YouTuber, whether a male or a female, or that a commentator, if they are deliberately going out their way to attack that person and don't know the details, they're not your friend, man. They're not your friend. They riding high on a wave. Paul Screw says, so you can't disagree with Kwame. Well, I got here's my impression. My impression of Kwame Brown and what he was saying was, in short, was, I don't want you critiquing me. However, if I give my perspective on something else, that's just my opinion. Like, if he give his perspective on somebody, that's just his opinion, but he don't want other people critiquing him that's in disagreement with him. Because my thought process is, hey, I welcome the constructive criticism, but my family ain't got nothing to do with it. Calling me names ain't got nothing to do with it. So some people feel like, I guess their opinions are above reproach, and then when you say, okay, your opinion is great, but it shouldn't have to come with disrespect. So I don't understand why people would be like, I agree with people disrespecting people, instead of just saying it should be zero disrespect. You now have, I haven't said anything, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, okay? I'm tired of saying I haven't disrespected anybody, I haven't called anybody out their name, because I haven't. So to add a narrative of something else, and I see a lot of people do it that ride for Kwame, to add a narrative of something else, to me, is retarded. You know what I'm saying? And it shows that you have a lack of morals, a lack of integrity, a lack of common sense. To me, you're trying to do anything you can to placate using Kwame's name in a video, to placate, hey, I'm your biggest fan or biggest cheerleader, Kwame, or whatever. Because there's no way you look at a conversation between two men. We're not debating. I'm not debating you about the NBA. You're not debating me about the military. That's what our profession was. It's not a debate, it's a conversation. So for you to listen to the conversation and be like, tough love, you got annihilated. Were you looking at a different were you looking at a different conversation? I heard Kwame Brown say, oh, okay. Obviously some points was made by me. Obviously some points was made. So for you not to catch those points, because you can't say, let me give tough love the credit. Let me give the credit for that particular point or that particular statement. You're saying everything he said was bad and everything Kwame Brown said was good. Then you're a fanatic. You're a fanatic. You're no good to nobody's platform. If you're doing videos saying everything this man said was 100% factual and correct, etc. But the thing about it is he was speaking on, well, the whole thing, I think it really got kind of edgy when we start talking about leadership. I think I proved my point about leadership. You most definitely can be a leader at the age of 18 and 19. Most definitely be a leader around other leaders. Most definitely can be a leader. And I think I definitely laid out that argument, and then it was kind of switched over to something else or whatever case may be. But I know I talked to somebody, it was on Shut Up and React's platform or whatever, and it was a guy, he was just so passionate. He was like soft love and tender love, like all of these names. So, you know, I was there at that particular time, and I said, well, let me hit this link real quick. You know what I'm saying? I got a little time, let me hit the link. So I hit the link. And I asked the gentleman, I said, why are you calling me soft love and tender love? Should have saw his face. Why are you calling me names? I'm just doing it to go along with the people that I like. Because you really don't have a reason. I'm just doing it to go along with the people that I like. So let me, for somebody that know their self-worth, somebody that talks about self-worth, how you think that looks to somebody like me, for somebody to say, well, I'm just going along with what everybody else is doing as a grown man. I'm going along with somebody else is doing as a grown woman. Why you can't think for yourself? I said, what's soft about me? What's tender about? Now I get it, you know, sometimes it's, you know, it's about jokes and yada yada yada. But my thought process is, if I'm talking to a man that I've never personally disrespected, I've never took their name and played with it and all this other stuff, to me, I'm serious. You can take that as some serious constructive criticism. So if for some reason you find it to be disrespectful criticism or whatever type of criticism you find it to be, when we get a conversation, it should be a serious conversation. So for all the people that's like, yeah, Kwame Brown and Tender Love have a debate and Tender Love gets annihilated. So I'm giving them a couple minutes or whatever, and I want to hear their perspective of whatever case may be. And I said it's a major difference between people who support Kwame Brown to people that's being fair and impartial to people that don't support Kwame Brown. You don't call it down the middle, cool. They were just having a conversation. He asked him about his perspective and his opinion on this, and then vice versa. Okay. I can't tell you your opinion is wrong. Just like he said, well, my opinion on what you did with D Wade to me was wrong. And he came out yesterday and said, yeah, I disrespected D Wade. So if D Wade had a problem, then, you know, it is what it is. Okay. But I said that's the difference between you and I, because I feel like I can talk to a man without disrespecting him. I don't have to bring up what's going on inside his home or his, you know, whatever the case may be. So that's the difference. I think we proved that's the difference. Tough Love is not going to disrespect you for clicks, views, or the algorithm or whatever case may be. And other people are willing to do those things. That was, to me, that was clear. That was clear. Okay, let me get to something. I'm gonna try to read some of these comments or whatever case it be. If anybody got some direct questions, because I don't know really where to start right now. He said, D Wade don't think or talk about Kwame Brown. Kwame needs validation. You don't. I just think that we different. I think that we're different. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you guys, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I was in the military or wherever I was at, I didn't have. I wasn't on TV. Let me put it like that. I wasn't on TV and under a microscope. Now, in a brigade, in a battalion, in a division, in a squad, in a unit, yeah. If someone was above me, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hold on for a minute. Hold on 1 second. Those supervisors can say, okay, hey, I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, your performance as a leader or as a soldier, you know, hey, this is what you need to work on or whatever case may be. But I guess being in the NBA, of course, it's different. It's a little bit more spotlight or whatever case may be. And depending on how that spotlight landed on you, is how you react to people, how you react to the crowd. So if the crowd was not in favor of you, you're going to shy away from the crowd. You're not going to want to be around the crowd anymore. If the crowd was loving you and embracing you, you're going to always want to be around the crowd. And to me personally, I felt like if the NBA crowd didn't embrace you, now the YouTube crowd is embracing you. So now it's kind of like, okay, I'm getting the love and the respect that I deserve. And it's like, okay, cool, great. My thought process is, man, let's be consistent with our message. That's it. Bottom line, I'm not trying to twist it and bend it and fold it or whatever case may be. I gotta say a bunch of stuff where, you know, I think, you know, let me edit this part out and say you a sneak dissing. Let me edit this part out and say you was a snake. Hold on a minute. And it's just interesting. It's like some people, and Kwame Brown, I'm gonna say this to you. There's some people making videos and they're tagging you and me in it. Well, literally, this is what they're doing. They're tagging Kwame Brown because they want to win favor and be cool with Kwame Brown, but they're just putting tough love in there. So they're not tagging me. They're not tagging me, but they're deliberately tagging Kwame Brown to show Kwame Brown I'm disrespecting tough love too. And I guess that's what men do. I guess it's a man thing. Because me personally, I would be like, look, stop. Because if Kwame Brown says, hey, tough love, I ain't trying to beef with you. I ain't trying to disrespect you. Tough love says, hey, man, I ain't trying to beef with you. I ain't trying to disrespect you. So don't tag me in some shit that you want to promote beef. To me, that makes sense. To me, that's some man shit to do. Don't tag me in no videos that it's like, let's promote this damn beef. Now, the videos that I'm watching is literally at Kwame Brown, Bust Life, and then put versus Tough Love. And just giving Kwame Brown all these praises about how victorious he was in this interview debate. And I'm just like, where is the interview at? I never seen nothing about an interview. I never got an email about an interview. I guess I'm lost. You know what I'm saying? I never got anything about a debate. I guess I'm lost. You had a gentleman say, oh, you love panels and you love this. Bro, let me tell you something. I watched about 2 to 3 minutes of that particular video from this YouTuber that said, you know, he got secondhand embarrassment based on what Kwame Brown did to Tough Love. And I said, I didn't lose no money. I didn't lose no sleep. My family is still good. I woke up just fine, ate breakfast, ran, all that good stuff or whatever. What's the embarrassment part? I'm just a little curious because I know you be watching my video. So what's the embarrassment part? That just goes to show you that you are a person that you are definitely a part of a go along, get along. Whether you want to call it Kwame's, whether you want to call it this person's or that person, you're definitely trying. The conversation is between me and Kwame Brown. Let's just be real. It's me and Kwame Brown. What's your perspective? What's your opinion? So for you to go do a video and say at Kwame Brown versus Tough Love, and then the video's all about Tough Love and all about saying negative things about Tough Love, but you didn't find anything about Kwame Brown to be contradictory, to be wrong, to be inconsistent, nothing. I want you guys to think about that. You didn't find anything wrong as a grown man. Listening, you didn't find nothing wrong. But you found every single thing that I said wrong. Kwame Brown, these are the people that you have supporting you. Some of them. These are some of the people that you have supporting you. They support you blindly. This is exactly why ToughLove exists. This is exactly why people are saying the things that they're saying. Because as long as you have people around you like that, that's going to let me big up my brother, right? Praise my brother to the fullest extent, regardless if he's right or wrong. And the thing about it is, my thing is, what message are we really sending? What message are we really sending? I'm not saying that you're here to get praise from like the average person at best. I don't get that vibe from you, Kwame Brown. But I do get the vibe is that you are willing to get any support you can get. I get that, because there are certain things. It's like, I'm going to tell, like if somebody says, well, I'm gonna tag you in a video when I'm straight dogging out Kwame Brown, like I'm just like, man, hey, listen, man, look, I'm not trying to be a part of it. But I see that it's like, it's not a two-way street. It's not a two-way street. And you know what's so crazy? Nobody should have to be deleting any messages right now, because hold on, nobody should be saying anything disrespectful right now. You understand what I'm saying? No, what is being said to be disrespectful for? And I guess it's like this. Man, I tell you, bro, this heat won't be cutting on by itself. If you say that you don't want people disrespecting Kwame Brown, don't disrespect people in the name of Kwame Brown. That's simple. Yeah, it's very interesting to me, the videos that I saw. Like I said, one of the videos, as soon as I said, the dude said, you know, I got secondhand embarrassment for ToughLove. I just kind of looked like, dude, you are you are an instigator. You are an instigator. You are somebody that kind of sits back in the cut and you kind of wait for your chance to kind of be like, oh, Kwame, I did a video about him. Come check it out. Yeah, I was dogging him out, bro. Why? Why? And then why would Kwame Brown be like, yeah, that was a good video. Yeah, I wouldn't promote that shit. Especially if you say, I don't want ToughLove giving me no constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? I want him to go on his way. I wouldn't be big upping people that's downplaying the person I want to leave me alone. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. And my thing about it is, if a person has to edit a video to get their point across because they can't just come out and say whatever they need to say, to me that says a lot about them too. Like if I got to take clips from here and put them together to say, well, this is what I'm gonna do to try to embarrass you. You're a grown man trying to sit online trying to embarrass somebody. This is what I'm gonna do to expose you. Why? Expose your credit score. Expose the deed to your house. Expose your cars that's paid off. Expose your bank account. Expose your passport and the trips that you take. There's so many things to expose. It's like, let me sit online and in favor of another man I don't know, I have not met, has done nothing for me, not in real life. I'm doing this in the name of you. Well, it's hard to try to tackle the go along, get along gang elsewhere if you have people around you doing those types of things, Kwame. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. And another thing too, because I actually got a chance to see damn, what is the name? I seen like 6 videos. And there's only one I really didn't finish, to be honest with you, because I was less like, you know, this is fraudulent at its best. Oh, that was getting cold. That was getting cold. Let me address Tommy Sotomayor real quick. I keep on getting told that I should be why am I pointing out things, agreeing with you because of the rift that we had. Tommy Sotomayor. Okay. Like I said in videos 2-3 years ago, was it 2-3 years ago, whatever case to be, I gave a whole breakdown. He gave a whole breakdown. It was a whole back and forth, or whatever case may be. That was 2-3 years ago. Today, there's no reason to promote something happened 3 years ago that to me was a misunderstanding because there was somebody instigating in the middle. Just like now, Kwame Brown, there's someone between you and I instigating, and I can clearly see it. I can clearly see it, that want to keep up the riff. The thought process is like this, man. I'm not a person that want to hold on to grudges. I'm a person that want to move forward and promote positivity. It ain't fake positivity. It ain't trying to be positive. It ain't because you kept doing this, and I pointed that out too. And it's like, to me, that's disrespect. To me, that's disrespect, right? Because when I'm talking to you and I'm saying that you're an ex NBA player, I'm not saying you're an ex NBA player. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when we're talking about respect and disrespect, we got to be mindful of what we're doing. And I challenge you, not even a challenge. I asked you to go back and look at that dialogue that we had, or whatever case may be. You know what I'm saying? And then ask yourself, man, is this really the conversation that we should have had? Because to me, again, once you start throwing the super chats up there, and once you start, because you can read the super chats before you put them up there. You can read the super chats before you put them on the thing. Once you start putting the super chats up there, brother, and they were kind of like disrespectful or kind of off, you know what I'm saying? Like taking the conversation in another direction. That's why it's kind of like a pause. Well, it was a pause because something happened, but it was also a pause because I'm reading the super chat, and I'm thinking he's about to take this down. There's no reason he should leave something saying anything about me that's negative up on his screen while he's talking to me. There's no reason, especially if he wants to have a respectful dialogue. Because these are people that say, I am a fan of Kwame Brown. And this is me as a fan talking to you. Well, I was on Kwame Brown's channel. And that one time did he say you a snake? Hold on, wait a minute. Right? He said something about weasel, but it wasn't you a weak weasel. You a bootlicker, you using white boy tag. None of that was used. So when people start saying, well, that y'all should have kept the same energy and blah, 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 there was no reason for disrespect. He gave a whole disclaimer. But see, my thought process is, if I'm talking to a man and I'm saying that I am genuine in this conversation, I am present in this conversation, forget a super chat. It ain't about a super chat. It's about us having this conversation. So my thought process is, the super chats created a distraction. I had a guy that says, I'm talking to Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown says, well, this super chat says, would you allow a private to lead you in battle? There are numerous stories, if you guys care or not, there are numerous stories of young soldiers doing heroic things, winning Purple Hearts. Some of them lost their life, but Bronze Stars for doing heroic things, for promoting a level of leadership in the military. So what's really sad to me, because you really had veterans donating, whether they were veterans or not, donating to Kwame Brown's super chat saying, oh, you make, to an extent, I'm paraphrasing, you make us look bad. I make us look bad by sitting on having a conversation and not cursing Kwame Brown out, answering questions, asking questions, talking about leadership, talking about putting in the work, talking about whatever it is that he wanted to talk about. That makes military people look bad. But military people online right now that I know for a fact have a background in the military, calling people the B word, calling people bashing black men, bashing the gay community, smoking weed online, drinking, those veterans, oh God, they okay. But me sitting down having a conversation with Kwame Brown make you look bad. Okay, got you. I understand. I got you. I got you. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't need fanatic followers. And again, I'm not saying all of his followers are fanatics. I think it's some people that kind of understand. There was a lot of people that say, hey, look, I'm not subscribed to your channel, ToughLove, but I saw the conversation. I thought you guys had a good conversation, good dialogue. But it's those fanatics. It's like, nah, you got destroyed. What the hell did he do to destroy me? What did I cancel my channel? Or let me take a couple days off to think about what just happened. The only people that's promoting him destroying me is somebody that is a fanatic of Kwame Brown. Not the people that care to listen to a conversation. If you care to see two grown, matter of fact, Spitting Fire I seen her donation. And she said it's good to see two grown, paraphrasing, it's good to see two grown men having a conversation without going at each other's throats. I don't know why the rest of the world ain't get that, Craig. It wasn't about choosing sides. For some reason, for some people, it's like it's about choosing sides. It's about showing my undying loyalty. And it's like, did he ask for that? I didn't hear him make an announcement. All right, now before ToughLove come up here, y'all need to show me y'all loyalty. Y'all need to make sure y'all riding for me, bro. It's one man versus thousands of people. That wasn't my platform. I didn't even let my people know I was going on Kwame's platform. They didn't even know. Matter of fact, I got an email asking me, hey, if you go, let me know, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even reply to the email. I was like, man, if I go, then I go. It is what it is. I'll go by myself. It's nothing to fear. If the conversation would have got disrespectful, then I would have left. Okay, cool. It didn't get disrespectful. I stayed in the conversation. I stayed cool, calm, and collective to a certain extent, to the part where he said something about my daughter. He said something about my daughter. So I'm like, bro, don't come on, bro. Stop. You know, but he was like, hey, I mentioned her before, Miss 504's platform or whatever, but I don't quite recall that or whatever. So I said, okay, cool. But to me, the conversation pretty much stayed level-headed. We were just talking. Now, if I'm giving my monologue in the car, you know what I'm saying, and I'm talking about something, of course it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, with high impact energy or whatever, because I'm not talking directly to that person. I'm making a video, whatever case may be, right? It's like entertainment, but it's a lot of facts. Somewhat entertainment, but it's a lot of facts as well. And I just wish it wasn't fanatics out. You know, and it's sad that you say that, you know what, I'm gonna disrespect you, even though that you're not promoting disrespect. That makes no sense. I don't want no subscribers like that. If I go down to 1 subscriber, I'm okay. I don't want no subscribers. It's not worth it. I don't need you donating. I don't need you to share. I don't need you to like. I don't want nobody around me that do stuff like that, saying I'm doing it in the name of ToughLove. Kwame has a story. ToughLove got a story. Matter of fact, I got to do an interview about being in foster homes later. I think it's like 4 or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all got stories, and we should be proud of the things that we've been through and that we overcame. So the fact that he says, you know, I brought my mother a home, great. You know, by the time I got to my adult ages, that I could actually, you know, I had the credit and the know-how to do certain things, my parents was gone. So I don't have that story to tell. But I do have the story to tell that when the first time I entered, because we talked about privates and PFCs being leaders, Kwame, like the super chat said that. Well, here's my thought process. When I was a private to PFC, you know what I did? I went back to New York to grab my brothers and sisters and then brung them to Hawaii with me to stay so I could raise them. We all got a story to tell. We all done something that we feel is magnificent and amazing or whatever case may be. I'm just not the one sitting here saying this is what I did. This is what I did, because to me it's like my family. You know, I'll bring a little bit of information from my family from time to time. But the thing about it is, this channel is more about the conversation. It's more about the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's more about the conversation. It's not about, you know. And it was. I'm gonna tell you what's sad about it. You know, I realize that my voice matters. Rewatching the conversation between me and Kwame Brown, I realized that my voice matters. It matters. It matters what I say. It matters what I think, because the reaction. You could talk to hundreds of thousands of other YouTubers, but ToughLove, yeah, I need to talk to ToughLove. Here's a thought process. If we can't be consistent as men, then we are failing. If we can't be consistent, or people can't be consistent as women, then they are failing. We can't be consistent as communities, then we are failing. There is no way in hell that somebody should have did a negative video from the conversation that me and Kwame Brown just had. No way in hell. It was just dialogue. It was just a conversation. It wasn't, let me tell you, motherfucker. It was none of that. It was none of that. So if you sat down and you said, how can I get on Kwame Brown's good side? How can I show him that I'm his boy? How can I show him that I'm his girl, his #1 supporter? Bro, you don't think somebody can see through all of that shit? You don't think somebody can see? Because the question would be like, well, why did you care to do this? Because if Kwame Brown talks about algorithm thoughts, right? Then wouldn't that make you one? If a conversation has nothing to do with you, you run and go do a video talking about, yeah, Kwame, look at this. And what's so shameful about it? This is what's so shameful about it. I'm gonna make sure they make sure they tag Kwame Brown, but scared to tag ToughLove. I want you guys to let that sink in. They make sure they tag Kwame Brown, but scared to tag ToughLove. Because it's all about uplifting Kwame Brown. It's all about saying that I support you blindly. There's no way in that conversation you're going to say, well, he was 100% right. Everything that he said was 100% right, that I didn't correct him on. Well, he said that I'm all up in Tommy Sotomayor's chat. That was wrong. So that's a point, or that's a where he was wrong. Oh, we ain't worried about that. I literally heard a video that said ToughLove made no points. He made no points. It was zero common sense. And I was like, man, let me click this. This is gonna bring down my morale. It's gonna bring down my motivation, man. Let me stop before I dog walk this person. Let me stop. You know what I'm saying? I think people take your kindness for weakness, man. Y'all do that here a lot. Y'all do that a lot. He used to be in Tommy's chat. Kwame Brown? Well, I used to be in Tommy chat years ago. Years ago, I used to be in. Let me explain something to you guys, right? Kwame Brown, from time to time, to me, says things that I can relate to. I can understand. Hold on. Tommy Sotomayor says things from time to time that I can relate to. Give me some other people. Fuck. Monty Woodgrain, Shut Up and React, Hassan Campbell, Charleston White. All of these gentlemen say things that I can, okay, yeah, I understand that. I understand where you're coming from with that or whatever case to be. But it's funny to me because I can agree, but when I disagree, I'm called all types of names. And you guys that are supporters of these people, you guys think that that's cool. I can agree, that's cool. If I disagree, we're going to call you names. Well, your names don't affect me. Your names don't affect my family. Your names don't affect my day-to-day. It don't affect my channel, to be honest with you. Now, I did see something because I did look at Tommy Sotomayor's video. I got that. A salute to the person that sent me that. He said, well, all your videos this week been about me. And Tommy Sotomayor said, well, we can not Google it. He said, we can look up this right now. So he went to my page and he said, well, he talked about Ukraine. He talked about relationships. He talked about, so he said, well, out of the 6 videos, 4 of them wasn't about Kwame Brown this week. Then you had somebody say, you did 63 videos on Kwame Brown. So I had to go look. That was a lie. So in my thing about it, Kwame Brown, so if we gonna promote lies is promoting slander, and then we can't say that we being real. We can't say that's what men do. I don't promote any lies on you. I don't promote any slander on you because I'm not interested in it. I don't care. I don't care. To be honest with you, I don't care. You see what I'm saying? Your personal life is your personal business. I would ask you, I would beg you to keep your personal life personal, brother. Keep your personal life personal. How you reply back to situations, yeah, we different because I'm in a different stage of my life right now. I'm not in the let me pull up on it. Let me get my people and we riding out like that. I'm not in that stage of life. That don't mean that I can't go there, but it's not worth it. It's not worth play beefing or like if there's a concern, let's talk about it. And that's what I noticed. I noticed that a lot of these YouTubers who support Kwame Brown, they're so used to throwing rocks and hiding their hands. Throwing rocks and hiding their hands. Or just throwing rocks and calling names. And I'm just like, first of all, why are you throwing rocks? You have an issue, pull up and let's talk. Don't make videos talking about, oh, well, this, that, edit the video and do this and do it. Like, bro, like you trying to destroy, well, trying to edit a conversation to saying you're destroying somebody's character really shows. He said something about the energy that I need to have for Tommy Sotomayor. Well, Tommy Sotomayor, whether he remembers or not, whatever response, to me, it was more personal. And to me, I wasn't in the state of mind that I'm in right now. So a lot of the videos between me and Tommy Sotomayor, you know what I'm saying, was on a personal notation. So my response was way different. You see what I'm saying? My response was way different. You know, but I don't hold any animosity because my thought process is my people are good. I'm good. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to just say, man, shit, if I can say, man, I'm not saying that we friends, I'm not saying that we besties or whatever case may be. You know, you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing or whatever case may be. And since then, I've given, matter of fact, he's even Tommy Sotomayor, he's even saying, hey, look, okay, you was fair and impartial about that. I can appreciate that. Okay, cool, salute. He went his way, I went my way. But it's like people want you, they want you to stay in this hatred. I want you guys to leave. Why I gotta more than 2 people in the I heard I only get 2 views. I'm about to piss somebody off. I heard I only got 2 views a video, you know, but I was happy getting 1 view, and I think I'm still happy with it. But while I got your attention, let me say this to you guys, man. If you know who you are, shouldn't nobody else be able to define it, right? And the people that you have around you, they should actually be assets to you and not liabilities. The people that I want around me in my life, I don't want to be on a constant attack of people. Like, who's next to attack this week? Who's next to attack this month? Who videos do we like? I wouldn't want to be around that. To me, it's a cesspool. It's a bunch of negativity. It's a bunch of nonsense. And see, the thing about it is something that you said too, Kwame, yesterday. Negativity sells, but you don't need the money. Listen to me. Negativity sells, drama sells, gossip sells. But if you were successful in the NBA, I'm thinking that you're still successful financially, so you don't need the money. So you don't need to do drama and you don't need to do gossip. So yeah, I'm a little confused when I'm like, well, why don't we get back to the trading and coding? Why isn't there more consistency on the trading coding? And now we're talking about beef. And he said, you know very well that when you're talking about positive stuff, people don't listen. They don't like, they don't share. Okay, cool. But you don't need them at all. You understand what I'm saying? You don't need them. So yeah, I'm confused because I'm like, you don't need the money. So you don't care if they like, you don't care if they donate. I mean, maybe you do care if they donate. But then that means you can afford to push a positive message, whether people donate or not. I'm just saying, it's like, I mean, I don't want to say it's a contradiction to the point, but it's just like, okay, well, if you know people are not going to donate when you talk about positive things, why would you care? You don't care. Because you're good. You're financially straight. No, he don't need the money. I'm just saying. I don't. But I'm assuming if we're throwing these titles on ourselves that we financially straight. If I say, you know, I'm one hell of a word and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, I'm assuming financially we good. And then what he said, and this is what he said, he says, well, I take the donations that you guys send, and I don't even use none of it. I donate it to the STEMS research. Okay, cool. But see, my thought process is, so are we selling out for drama? Are we selling out for drama? As long as you guys stay respectful, then stay in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, are we selling out for drama? So if you don't need the money, then why sell out for drama? If you don't need the money, why sell out for gossip? Because to me, when you see, the thought process is, I know talking about positive stuff, right, is not on everybody's top priority. I know, I realize that. I've been saying that probably since day one. But the thought process is not going to stop me from talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to say, well, I would rather promote drama, gossip, and BS than to promote something positive. Because that's really my character. It's interesting to me that you have all of these grown men who are not catching that. Well, so that tell you what, not all, but some. And that's some scary shit, because my thing about it is, bro, if you already have an outside of YouTube celebrity status. Now you got a social media somewhat celebrity status. We can't keep on talking about how we're men and what men are supposed to do when men need to take action, and the action would be, damn, if we know positive things need to be discussed and talked about, why would we sell out to say something negative? Why would we sell out to do something bad? So yeah, I'm kind of like, I was a little I get it now. I had a long conversation with my sibling, right? And she is very like, when it comes to these things, like she's very like call it down the middle type things or whatever case may be. So if you're accustomed to getting attention, you handle attention differently than if you're not, right? If you're accustomed to being in front of the crowd, then you're comfortable with being in front of the crowd. If you're accustomed to leadership, then you're comfortable with leadership. People that are not accustomed to doing certain things, right? Accepting constructive criticism, talking about positivity, being a leader, holding people accountable. When you're not accustomed to these things, you shy away from these things. They make you feel nervous. You ever see somebody that had to stand in front of the class that was nervous to speak? I've seen numerous people like that. You ever seen a young soldier scared to lead other people or tell people, you know what I'm saying, give them direction? I've seen that. But you encourage those people. You teach those people how to do it. You know, you don't discourage them, but you don't make fun of the person trying to teach. And on YouTube, it's like, yo, we the cool kids. So we gonna make fun of the people that's trying to teach and trying to promote betterment. And that's just odd to me, because I'm like, dude, are we grown or not? Are we grown or not? You know what I'm saying? Personally, I don't have anything against these men or these women on social media. Kwame said, was it Kwame? I think it was Kwame that said, you know, he critiques black men and women on YouTube as if he's the I think he said the pinnacle of positivity or something to that extent or whatever. And my thought process is, if you sit down and you listen to my videos, like I did a video about Cynthia G, I did a video about Hassan Campbell, Charleston White, and you listen, if you sit back, get your popcorn, get your wine, whatever it is that you do, and you listen to what I'm saying, every goddamn thing that I said needed to be said. Everything. And then I said it without disrespecting them. Everything that I said needed to be said, because there's not a lot of people saying it, or they're saying it in such a disrespectful manner. It's turned off. It's turned off. People so scared to be positive. They're so scared to say something that will make a difference in a positive light. That's what I see. I see a lot of fear. No matter how many times we say we are savage and we a grown man and we a grown woman, I see people that are scared to death to do something that's going to make a difference. That's what I see, Kwame. That's what I see on social media. See, with your story, you have this triumph story of saying, you know, you didn't have this and you didn't have this and your mom was that and your dad was, okay, great. So do I. So do I. And when I sit down with wounded warriors and I see people with no legs and can't hug the kids and can't do X, Y, and Z, and they sit down and say, Carpe diem, Mario. Carpe diem, Mario. Seize the day, Mario. Don't waste time doing a lot of crazy stuff that you shouldn't be doing, Mario. And I bring that to YouTube. I share that message. I'm like, I'm going to take your message and deliver that to YouTube and remind people to seize the day, carpe diem. We don't have a lot of time. I don't want to die today and say, well, I made $100 being negative online. I made $100 promoting gossip online. I made $100 beefing online. Hell no. Hey, I didn't make no money, but I sent a positive message. You know, I tapped somebody on the shoulder and reminded them, bro, we could do better. Hell yeah, I'll die for that. Hell yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But maybe that's just me. All this attacking and, you know, well, I'm going to say this to try to ruin your character. And I'm going to say this about, and my thing about it is, man, if nobody's attacking you personally, shut the fuck up. That's real. That's real. If ain't nobody attacking you personally, don't say nothing personally about nobody else. If ain't nobody calling you names, don't call them names. If ain't nobody playing with your name, don't play with their name. This is about your platform and what's being promoted on your platform. Because that's really what the conversation is about. Now, if we sit there and you say, I defend my platform, I stand 10 toes down, and whatever I say, I meant it, and blah, okay, cool. Your content is your character. Now, if the last videos, the last 4 or 5 videos is about beefing and all of this other stuff or whatever, well, that's a part of your character. I don't know how well, you know, I'm in it, but I ain't in it. Bruh, what we talking about? What we talking about? By all rights, Kwame Brown is a celebrity. By all rights, right? You say we shouldn't listen to celebrities. ToughLove says, you damn right, we shouldn't listen to celebrities and we should be role models at our level, right? Whether you're a parent, whether you're an uncle, whether you're a big brother, a big sister, we should be the role models. We should be the leaders. We shouldn't be looking up to no celebrities because they're not going through what we go through on a daily basis. So why take shots at ToughLove for saying the same thing that you're kind of saying in a sense? Brother, I don't talk in circles. I don't double talk. I don't bootlick. I ain't kissing nobody ass. I didn't kiss ass when I was in the military. And anybody who know me will say, bro, he is not. No, nope. The leadership piece really hits home because for me, you can be a leader anywhere. You can be a leader amongst leaders. How many military veterans ever heard that? You can be a leader amongst leaders. I hear you, Rafi. I truly believe, man, you know, I wish I would have met Kwame Brown before he went to the NBA. I wish that it could have been a conversation. I don't know how many years ago was that? Because I want to see if I was in the military. Can somebody tell me what year he went to the NBA real quick? Just put it on. I want to see if I was in the military by then. I just want to see something real quick. For anybody that know. 2001, yeah, I damn sure was in the military. Matter of fact, I was getting ready to go to, I think, back to Iraq then. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Ghost. I wish I would have met Kwame Brown before he went to the NBA. I really wish, because I think Kwame Brown would have been a different person. I think he would have. I think whatever happened to him in the NBA, there's something internal going on, you know. There's something going on, you know what I'm saying? Because my thought process, it's like, yeah, tough love, I get we need to be positive and I get we need to be consistent, but however, comma. And for me, there is no but. There is no however, comma. But the people that like you, like they overly like you, it's like they allow you to put the but in there. They allow you to put the however, comma. Nobody's perfect. I'm not expecting you to be perfect. I'm not expecting Tommy to be perfect. The only thing we can do is remind each other to be better, to do better, to appreciate one another for what it is that we bring to the table. A lot of us have these knacks for having conversation and being able to command a room and put out information. Everybody don't have that, first of all, that experience, or have the knowledge, or have the tenacity to do those things. So when you're reminded, like, bro, like, hey, don't forget, you know what I'm saying? What do you sprinkle some mama's cooking? Don't forget to sprinkle some positivity on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to say something positive that's going to build people up, or whatever case may be, and put people around you that's going to support that narrative. I don't want to put people around me that only make videos about beefing, that only want to talk about nonsense and negativity. Like, to me, it whatever brand it is that you promote, you got to look at your brand and say, man, what does it say about your brand? What does it say about you? Nobody is expecting you to be, well, hold on, let me speak for me. I'm not expecting you to be perfect because I know you ain't a perfect goddamn dude. First of all, I know I ain't a goddamn perfect dude. But the thing about it is, man, how come if we know things could be better, if we know, you know what, these things should be talked about, how come we like fall short? I would definitely, thank you, I appreciate it. Us black folks need to all get along. Yeah. Here's the thought process. I think people think because we're all promoting the same negativity, we getting along. we all promoting the same negativity, so we getting along over here. It's something else you mentioned, Kwame Brown, about jealousy. Let me tell you the last time I was jealous of somebody. I was in a foster home. I was in a couple foster homes. And the foster mom, she had other children. She had other, like, these are her biological children, but I was like the kind of like the outsider or whatever. And I was there for a couple months or whatever. So for Christmas, she brought all of her kids new bikes. She bought all the kids new bikes or whatever, but didn't buy me a bike. And what she told me is I was gonna have to like do chores around the house and earn a bike when she just gave them a bike. I was jealous as a mother. I was jealous as hell. I was sad as hell, right? And then I told myself I would rather earn it than somebody give it to me. I appreciate people's success. I applaud people's success. I give them their flowers while they're alive. So that way I don't have to stand, you know what I'm saying, while reading their eulogy. Well, they were a good person, but I never told them that. I got a big heart, man. And I respect people. And there's a reason for that. And I see a lot of you guys promote so much disrespect. To me, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's a level of disappointment. It's a level of like insanity. It's crazy. Like it's like, man, and it's like then you promote it, put it out there for the world to see, and then you go back to your regular life as if you've done nothing wrong. And then the question comes, well, who are you to say they're promoting negativity? Well, where's the positive at? Where's the I shouldn't have to look for it, right? Every third video is something positive. Well, if it's every third video, you're lacking consistency. We don't have to talk about trading and coding because there's a whole lot of shit to talk about. And it's always we're trying to bring down the man. For some reason, it's like when people get to a certain status, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, we're trying to bring down the man. And we always looking up. It's somebody else's fault, right? But we don't look to our left and right and say, hey, we need to get our shit together. Stop calling black women the B word. Stop the black on black crime. Stop all the disrespect. Those are the things I think that we should be doing at our level to handle things. But see, that's why I said when you have somebody detached. I literally had somebody that's a Kwame Brown supporter, like, you know, who are you to talk to Kwame Brown and he got 400,000 subscribers? I said, that's the problem right there. That's the problem. When you start thinking somebody is above reproach, if we put on our pants the same way, we breathe the same air, why would you think somebody, because your channel could be snatched just like my channel? And it wouldn't matter how much money you got in the bank, what your credit score is, what your career was, or who you know on YouTube. Let's go back to it. When Tasha K went to court, do you think they cared about all of that? Or do you think they cared about the behavior that was happening online? The slander that was happening online, the cyberbullying that was happening online. That's why I said people are like, this YouTube thing is confusing, because I'm like, well, where are these black people at? And are these black people successful? Or are we just following and doing anything and saying anything to gain favor? People want to gain favor with people that really don't care about them. You ain't trying, it ain't even about, like, it's some things that you were mentioning yesterday, Kwame Brown, when you was talking about Tommy and Gilbert Arenas or whatever. And I said, bro, that's not constructive criticism. That's y'all going at it. Y'all going at it ain't got shit to do with tough love. Ain't got shit to do with tough love. So I'm not going to jump in and make a video talking about, oh yeah, I think Kwame right. I think Tommy right. I don't give a shit about who right. I don't care. I don't care to get into a personal beef. Like, oh yeah, I don't care. But you have people that are dedicated to you about promoting a beef between you and I. You literally had a guy sit online and be like, oh, well, yeah, Kwame, yeah, you destroyed tough love. And I'm like, bro, either you're naive or you are one hell of a D-rider. Either you naive and you can't see what actually, bro, they just having a conversation. You ever seen walk up to two guys having a conversation? Because that's what it was on YouTube. What exact? Somebody in the chat, do me a favor, right? Somebody. I hear you, Paul. I hear you. Do me a favor. What point did Kwame Brown make yesterday that I didn't have an answer for? That I was just so, you got me, dog. Yeah, like what point did he make that I was just so dumbfounded and it went way over my head? Can anybody tell me that? I'm just kind of curious. Salute. I see your respect. I'm just curious. Cause I kind of felt like I had to sometimes kind of restate some points that I was making or whatever, but I never felt like it was like, oh my God, this conversation, you know, I just can't handle this conversation. So my body language didn't say it. I pretty much just sat there, was kind of looking in the screen or whatever, drinking my little lemonade. So I don't know what, Uncle Stu, salute. I'm just waiting for one of his subscribers or somebody. What point did Kwame Brown, or what point did he make with me? What did he say to me that totally annihilated tough love? Anybody? It's a lot of people in here right now. I appreciate that, but I don't want anybody that is subscribed to me. I'm not on I'm on my phone. I'm not on a third party. Well, I'm on a third party app, but I can't drop a link. I don't have that. If you could type it in the chat, just tell me what point he made. No, that's not it. I just want somebody to tell me, because I'm seeing videos where it's saying Kwame Brown annihilated Tinder love or whatever, and I know some of it's for clickbait or whatever, but these people, like, I listened to a couple people for a couple seconds or whatever, and the guy said he had secondhand embarrassment for tough love. And I was trying to figure out, well, what did I allegedly get embarrassed for? Talking about my life in the military? Talking about my experience, giving my perspective, giving my opinion? What was the embarrassment part? Kwame Brown, this is when you find out what type of supporters you have. What did he say that totally annihilated me? I'm waiting. I'm trying to, okay. I don't want to. I don't want to even. I don't. I hear what you're saying. I don't want to read that because I don't want to. I don't want to sway the narrative. I don't want people to think, well, he's only reading the things that go against Kwame Brown. I want someone to tell me what did he say. Okay, I'll read this one. The fact that you have his name in the title proves his point that you are doing it. You are doing it for views. This is my last response to Kwame Brown. This is my final response. If you and here's the thought process. If you can't understand why I'm doing this final response and why I was in the interview. He told me I could use the interview. But I didn't see people and chop the interview up so many times. Like, why am I reposting the interview? You know what I'm saying? Okay. And see, here's the thing, Vicky. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to promote distraction or whatever it can be. He says you didn't have the same energy you have now. You act scared to talk. I act scared to talk. Okay. I act scared to talk. That's him annihilating me because I act scared to talk based on what you're saying. That's interesting. That's interesting. On none of my videos that I have, I've never been scared to talk to anyone or about any subject or whatever. I've talked to Kwame Brown before. The same energy that I had with Miss 504 platform is the same energy I had with Kwame Brown's platform. So I don't understand where this fear is coming in at. But again, there's a difference between being a fan and a fanatic. A fan and a fanatic. I appreciate that, church lady. I'm waiting. This is what I'm saying. Instead of trying to diss me and attack me, tell me what he said that annihilated me. That I was, whoa, what the? I'm just waiting. Kwame, you got a couple of your people in here, man. I'm just waiting for them to say something. See, I'm telling you, this is a difference. This is a difference. Because I almost promise you that if you have a wrench inside here, that if you were somewhere else and somebody asks, well, what points did ToughLove make? I guarantee you they'll be able to give you one or two. At least one or two. And there's nobody right now that's connected to me. Oh, ToughLove annihilated, because it wasn't about annihilation. I didn't go there to attack him. I didn't go there to disrespect him. And based on his disclaimer from the jump, he wasn't debating me. It's a conversation. He wanted to ask me questions. So where is the annihilation part? Where is the secondhand embarrassment part? I did feel like he was cutting me off. I definitely felt like he was cutting me off. I definitely felt like that. I felt like, you can watch the video yourself. Normally when you have a thought process, right, and you're answering and you're replying, that ain't what I said, well, then that's a cutoff. You see what I'm saying? So that's a part of a distraction. And the other distraction is also putting up super chats that go against or disrespect or have some type of derailing of the conversation. And I don't see how you dedicate a show and say distractors. Anybody that's impeding on my conversation, impeding on my mission and what I'm trying to accomplish, I want y'all to hit the link. Okay, I hit the link and then we put up things that distract and take away from the conversation. And nobody that did videos in support of Kwame Brown said, hey bro, why did you put up those super chats? Because if he's there to talk to you, he hit the link to talk to you, why put up super chats right now? Why display super chats right now? Now I saw Spitting Fire, like I said, hey, it's good to see these brothers doing, having this conversation, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, cool. That's not taken away. That's actually saying, y'all keep it up, y'all keep going. But I didn't understand why it was so many people that wanted to say something negative and why that negative comment needed to be displayed while we were having a conversation. To me, that's crazy. Especially if we're talking about respect. I appreciate that. Somebody said good conversation. Todd Ward says there is no difference between a fan and a fanatic. The word fan just short for fanatic. I believe the definition that I would give, a fan is somebody to me that could be reasonable, that understands, okay, cool, I like you, but I'm not just gonna like you all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's some things I'm not gonna like. A fanatic don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going fanatic in reference to like crazy person. Like, I don't care what you do, I'ma like you regardless. And I just feel like there are some things that even when Kwame said, well, yeah, I disrespected Dwayne Wade. He said it. I disrespected Dwayne Wade. Then that means if you're not a fanatic, as a fan, you should have said, hey, bro, that's out of line. It shouldn't take ToughLove to say it. It should take the people that are watching you on a regular basis. Yeah, that was wrong. That was out of line. And which is interesting, again, because these same people that are doing videos and tagging Kwame Brown's name. And see, here's another thing. If Kwame Brown don't want people using his name in reference to constructive criticism, shouldn't he make that announcement? I don't want nobody using my name on YouTube. I don't want nobody using my name on YouTube. You can fair use me all you want, but you can't use my name. So you can play some audio if you want to, give your little commentary, but you can't use my name. That should be across the board, not just the people that give you constructive criticism. So you're saying the people that praise you can use your name. So what happens when they stop praising you? What happens when they don't agree with everything that you say? Ralph says, I can read that, Ralph. Reply says, ToughLove, I wouldn't say he embarrassed you, but I feel he did a better job of getting his points out. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. And to take what you just said and say he did a better job getting his points out, my thought process is I'm there to answer the questions that he said he had for me. The distractions that I had, he did not have. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in a, well, I mean, the situation was already lopsided. It was already lopsided. But I can understand that. I can understand that. You know, and I respect your opinion on that or whatever. But I mean, to say that he embarrassed you or to annihilated you or to use these words and promote that narrative, to me is like, grown men don't do that. You can't talk about algorithm thoughts and then do something like that and think that you're not an algorithm thought, thinking that you're not a clout chaser. You understand what I'm saying? But those things don't get talked about until somebody that's not a part of whatever that is says, well, what the hell is this? Because I could easily sit here and be like, well, look at this video and look at this person. But to be honest with you, they're not even worth it. You know, I clearly gave them the benefit of the doubt, but they're really not worth it. Because I'm looking at it, it's like, if you said, well, but you got to understand, of course, if I'm on your platform, I'm letting you speak. As long as you're not disrespectful, I'm letting you speak. Of course, you're going to have more time to get your points across if you're not being cut off. Of course, you're going to get, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to get your points across. Of course. If I invite you to my platform and I allow you to say, okay, hey, start talking, answer my question, right? Oh, wait, hold on, wait. And I go on my whole, you know, I break my whole monologue down. Cool, all right, you finished? Cool. All right, now let me talk. You got your point across. So I think, yeah, I think the narrative was a little bit off. I think it was a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? And I think that anybody, just like he was doing when he popped up the super chats and he started reading the super chats out loud, and I was like, okay, hey, this person got, you know, And I was like, well, are we going to be reading the chat or are we going to have this conversation? And he was like, well, I put the super chats up when people donate or whatever. But I'm thinking like, okay, well, if the super chats, if I'm here to answer am I here to answer your questions or am I here to answer y'all questions? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. D, what's up? What's up, D? I see you. Dilus, what's going on, man? Dilus, we had a conversation last night. Salute to Dilus, man. Salute. I'm gonna can you respond to my message above? I answered your question. Man, I wish I was on my laptop, man. This thing is so small. I'm looking for your question, brother. Kwame Brown did make a good point about trading and coding in regards to you not directly speaking on it yourself, of actually doing something outside of YouTube. Okay, great point. Great question. Thank you for that. Okay. So I agree with Kwame Brown in regards to saying I have not personally done any videos on trading and coding. No, I agree with him. What I said I was going to do was research it and start sharing those things to my community tab, or bring somebody on that understands that language. I saw a clip from FYF Sports where he seemed to know about trading and coding. So that's somebody definitely, I feel like, definitely, I wouldn't even understand why they would have a roof. But the fact of the matter is he knows about trading and coding. You understand what I'm saying? So definitely, yep. So yeah, I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna definitely research that today and start sharing some stuff, and maybe even capture a video and try to promote that or whatever. He said that, well, what Kwame Brown said, if I'm not doing it, you should be doing it. And my thought process is, that was the issue with me and Tommy Sotomayor. That was the issue between me and Tommy. Tommy Sotomayor says, well, you can't tell me, well, in so many words, you can't tell me how to run my platform. And I was like, I had to sit back and I had to look at from his perspective. And I said, you know what? And he said, if you feel I should be doing more positive things, speaking about things that's positive, this was years ago, then you should do that. So when I came back to YouTube, I said, what do I want my channel to be about? Right? What do I want my channel to be about, or whatever case may be? And if I want my channel to be about positivity, us having the tough conversation and being able to agree to disagree and do it respectfully, then that's what I want to promote. I need to start doing what it is that I'm asking other people to be aware of, other people to be consistent with. Your content is your character. I truly, honestly believe, let me look in the camera. I truly, honestly believe that's what I'm doing. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Says you gain my respect for how you handle the whole situation. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? You said, I'm shocked he didn't name call. I think, let me tell you something, man. Kwame may be watching right now. I think when you study the game tape, I think Kwame studied the game tape. He heard what was said. He said, well, I said, I don't want to go on a platform that's going to be not balanced or fair and impartial, in reference to people calling your names, people muting your microphone, dropping you backstage. So his disclaimer was, this is what I'm not going to do. We're going to have a respectful conversation. I'm here for it. Cool, let's get it. I'm here for it, bro. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like, yeah, I'm here for it, mama. Let's get it popping in it. Throw a crip side. Blood, fit on fifth. I don't feel it was none of that. You know what I'm saying? I felt like we were just having a conversation. Like, hey, here's your beer. I don't really like beer. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, here, you drink your beer. I'm gonna drink my Ciroc. I drink my Ciroc and cranberry. And let's just have this I felt like we were just having a conversation. But it was like people made it more than just a conversation. They made it like it's about to be this ultimate fight. It's about to be, and I don't think it was about that. I don't think it was about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do think, of course, if we're on your platform, to a certain extent, you want to kind of save face a little bit. I felt like putting the super chats up was a distraction. I felt like by putting negative comments on the screen while I'm there with you, was definitely a distraction or whatever. And then it's people that are subscribed to you that, you know, I've come to know. You know what I'm saying? But I've never said nothing disrespectful about self-talk. I've never said nothing disrespectful about Carcino. So to do a super chat just to say something bad, I just kind of felt like, damn, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it's like, hey, let them guys talk. Let them talk. You ever seen two people have a disagreement and then once they finally get a chance to talk, you know, instead of trying to like intervene and pull them apart and interject and let me remind you of this, because I see a lot of people that are not friends, they're not friends, but I see a lot of people that are affiliated with Kwame Brown. It's like, let me remind you, you know, tough love is this and tough love is that. But bro, come to my channel and check it out for yourself. Salute. I went from lottery tickets to support my people. Salute. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. He lets it happen because he is just like them. Well, this is why these videos matter. Like I said, this is my final video. I'm like that whole whatever that is, hey, go with God. You know what I'm saying? But my thought process is, again, and this is again gonna be the last time I say this, you know, I don't have to disrespect people to get my point across. I don't have to edit videos and take clips and do all of this crazy stuff and then still call myself a man or the man at the end of the day. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And people attack people on social media. And my thought process is, what if people take it off social media? What if they take it off social media? What if the jokes go too far? Like, what if you talking about somebody's kid go too far? You talking about somebody's spouse go too far? You talking about somebody's parents go too far? You talking about somebody's character and career goes too far? Bro, all I'm doing is reminding you is that all of this nonsense that's happening between men and women, men and men, women and women, community and community, it is not worth it. And if we know better, then we should do better. And it shouldn't be because of a price tag we're doing negative stuff. If you can't respect that, bro, got it. Got it. But Tough Love will continue to move forward. We will continue to have conversations where we all can come together and be positive. I'm not in nobody's chat room trolling. I'm not promoting the trolling. I'm not promoting the disrespect. So I'm just saying, bro, for common sense sake, if I'm not doing it to you, don't do it to me. Don't applaud when somebody do a video bashing Tough Love in your name, tagging you in it, talking about, yeah, Kwame, look, yeah, I had secondhand embarrassment for Tough Love, yeah, because you annihilated him, you destroyed him. What conversation was you watching? What conversation was you watching? Kwame said a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, what the hell is a video? Because a video says 1,000 things about your character. I'm your papa. I wish you would have told him a lot of ballers would have handled MJ better, like Bronze Note, Kenobi, KB, and others. He act like, be honest with y'all, man. I'm not, salute, FY. I'm not a guru like some of these guys when it comes to sports. I only know kind of like the mainstream stuff or whatever it case to be, but I know about leadership. So whether it's in the streets, juvie, jail, foster homes, military, I know about leadership across the board. So when I'm talking to another man about leadership, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a good conversation. I didn't mention Tommy said something about T-Mac and all this. I don't know enough of their background to be like, yeah, you didn't do that to T-Mac, and you don't know. I don't know enough about that. So again, I seen some people that did like some fair and impartial videos, and for that I respect. I appreciate it, because to me it shows that there's no malice in this. If somebody sits here and says, I really don't like neither one of y'all, but I'm gonna call it down the middle, I can respect that. But nobody that's calling it down the middle says, well, he obliviated him. He embarrassed him to all out. Like, what? I think we have the wrong idea of what a conversation is. A conversation does not have to be riddled with disrespect. It don't have to be riddled with degrading the next person, talking about their children. Like, it's like we have a different understanding of what a conversation is. It's not the person who raises their voice the loudest or shouts or throws things, or it's none of that. It's simply a conversation. When you have a man that can be patient enough to listen to another man, you got to understand this, right? Despite what Kwame Brown said he felt that I was doing was disrespectful, I know for a fact you have men around you that's saying tender gums, soft love, talking about, you had literally had Miss 504 have a video talking about my 3-year-old child. Not one time did he say, stop. Y'all going too far. So for me to go on his platform and be patient enough to have a conversation with him, I think that say a lot about my character. You talked about my daughter, but I never did a video cursing you out. Never talked about your children. So a lot of people applauding each other for doing the most heinous shit. There was a woman right now protesting about black women and how they shouldn't be called a B word, but you let another black woman disrespect my black daughter. You didn't flag her. You didn't publicly say she was wrong, but you want people to rally for you. That's what I'm saying. Why can't we just do better? Why is what I'm saying over your head or well, miss me with that positivity shit? Miss me with I can't disrespect people shit. You promote disrespect when you like the person. It's okay. You turn a blind eye to go along to get along. But when the disrespect come knocking on your door and the disrespect is towards you, now we in an uproar. Kwame Brown, that's what I'm getting from that. That's what I'm getting from that. Again, this is my last reply, man. I'm doing this for my sanity. I'm doing this on behalf of my family and out of the respect that I have for my subscribers. It ain't no back and forth with you or anybody that's affiliated or related to you or whatever. If you are a fan, again, if you are a fan of Kwame Brown, feel free. You don't even got to subscribe. Feel free to stay in the bushes. And if you can get something positive from it, an asset, something for your life, then get something from it. But if you are a fanatic, you are like crazy, like, oh, well, I'm just going to troll you the whole time. I got enough moderators that's going to snipe that shit and get you the hell up out of here. If you can't be an asset to the conversation, don't join the conversation. You know, we don't put people's names in titles and pictures up so we can just hit them, shoot the whole damn club up. You know, that's not what we do over here. It's a different energy. It's a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a different character. So I'm hoping that Kwame Brown, with this final response, and then all the rest of, because you talk about distractors, you can't have people around you promoting negativity, brother, and then say that you are not doing it or you're not for it. You can't. They're literally tagging you in these videos about conversations you're having with men trying to resolve and dissolve situations, but they want to keep it going. If you come on now, man. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on. You said you was a leader coming out of high school, right? You said you was one hell of an N-word buying your mama home. Cool. Be a leader now. Be one hell of an N-word now and take a stand for things. Let people know really where you stand at with this negativity. Let people know, hey, look, dude, no, I just had a conversation with this dude. It was respectful. There's no reason to be doing these videos, tagging me in it like I'm giving you the high five, because that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So if I go and I team up with this person or I team up with that person against you, then the cycle continues. Bro, somebody got to be brave enough to break the cycle. Somebody got to be brave enough to break the cycle. I appreciate you guys, both naysayers and both supporters, and people that just want to hear what's going on. I appreciate you guys have come in the chat room. You've asked the questions. For those that I've missed, once the video downloads, I'll be able to see the live chat, and then I'll try to respond or whatever case may be. I don't have any ill will or discontentment towards anybody on social media. There has been a lot of things said and done that I ask that you guys kind of sit back and look at things and say, you know, why is this necessary? Why is this necessary? You see what I'm saying? You guys stay blessed. You guys stay blessed. Stay positive. Stay motivated. Adult up. Peace.